Teaches young Seahawks how to fly into playoff contention. While Rick Meyer has stumbled some of the time, rookie sensation Joey Galloway has flown into the end zone 5 times the last 3 games. And Chris Warren has soared into the AFC rushing lead. From the sky, there is no better hunter than the eagle. In nature, there is no greater obstacle than a mountain. The Eagles' pass defense has been a grand teton this season, allowing only 182 yards per game. In nature, there is nothing more exciting than raging waters. In Philadelphia, Ricky has been raging. Over the last 4 games, he's nested in the end zone 7 times. This Eagle has landed. Today, both teams will have a bird's-eye view on the playoff race. The winner will get closer to that perch. Fox Sports presents the National Football League. From the Kingdome in Seattle, the 5-7 Seahawks host the 8-4 Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles started this 1995 season 1-3, but they have won 7 of their last 8 games. Philadelphia, the hottest team in the NFL. Good afternoon, everybody. Kenny Albert along with Anthony Munoz. And one of the keys to the Philadelphia charge over the last 2 months has been the running game. The combination of Ricky Waters and Charlie Garner. They call themselves Thunder and Lightning. They've combined for over 1,500 yards, but Thunder will be without Lightning. Charlie Garner broke his thumb against the Redskins last week, and he will not play today.
Well, today, without Charlie Gardner in the lineup, you better believe that they will increase the load for Ricky Waters. You talk to Ricky Waters, and he says, when we're both in there, who do you focus in on as a defense? Not the case today. You look at their style of running. Ricky Waters likes taking the ball outside. Without Gardner in there today, look for James Saxon to get that tough inside yardage.
Now, Philadelphia defensively during the training camp and the preseason, their defense was called suspect, but they have come on now. They've allowed the 3rd fewest yards in the entire National Football League.
Well, you talk to Bill Romanowski, the outside linebacker, and he says we bend, but we don't break. He also used the analogy, if the offense is going to get into the end zone against us, we want them not to go by airplane, but by taxi cab.
And the Seahawks feel they have weapons in both areas. The taxi cab is Chris Warren, who's churned his way to 1,000 yards for the 4th consecutive season. And the airplane is Joey Galloway, the rookie out of Ohio State. 7 touchdowns this year, and on those 7 scoring plays, he's averaged 55 yards.
Well, you talk to the Eagles head coach, Ray Rhodes, and he says Chris Warren is the best-kept secret in the NFL. He's excellent. Also coming out of the backfield, Joey Galloway, what can you say about him? Exciting every time he gets the football in his hands.
And who gets the football to Warren and Galloway? It's the air traffic controller, the Seahawks quarterback, Rick Meyer, who struggled this year. He's thrown a league-high 19 interceptions. Coming up, it's the Seahawks and the Eagles from the Kingdome. We'll be back with the opening kickoff right after these messages from your local Fox station. Back in Seattle, the 8-4 Eagles coming off last week's victory over the Washington Redskins. Ray Rhodes, leading contender for NFL Coach of the Year, longtime assistant with the San Francisco 49ers. The Eagles have won the toss. Back deep to receive. Number 31 is Derek Witherspoon, along with 41, Fred McCrary. Both Kelvin Martin and Charlie Garner, their top 2 return men, are out with injuries. Todd Peterson will kick it off for the Seahawks. And we are underway in Seattle. Witherspoon from the end zone. Takes it out to the 20-yard line. James McKnight on the tackle, 21-yard return. Rodney Peete, 7-1 as a starter this season. Spent last year with the Cowboys, the previous 5 in Detroit. The men protecting Pete, the rookie Brooks, along with 5-time Pro Bowler McIntyre, McKenzie, Boatswain, and Davis. Waters, along with the fullback James Saxon, Fred Barnett, Calvin Williams, the wide receivers, and the tight end is Ed West. Waters, the lone back, on 1st and 10. Play action pass. He has the first down and more. Fred Barnett out to the 39-yard line. A gain of 19. Robert Blackman brought Barnett down. The Seattle defense, led by that man, Cortez Kennedy, joined on the line by Antonio Edwards, 14-year veteran Joe Nash, and Michael Sinclair. Moss, Wells, and Wooden, the leading tackler. In the secondary, Corey Harris, Eugene Robinson, Robert Blackman, and Carlton Gray. First down, Philadelphia, following the 19-yard gain. Barnett in motion. He's now 2 for 2. Ed West makes his first reception. Carlton Gray, Dean Wells combined on the stop after the gain of 8.
Well, they come out in the first play, and we talked about Ricky Waters and how his load should be increased today. Rodney Peete comes out the first play, makes it look like he's going to go to him with a little fake, but he doesn't. First 2 times, they come out and pass the ball instead of running the football.
Waters over the 1,000-yard mark. And this is Ricky Waters on the pitch back, has the first down and more into Seattle Seahawks territory. Well, Ricky Waters told us last night, Anthony, that when he came to Philadelphia, he figured to be the man in the Eagles' backfield, but things have worked out so well with Waters and Charlie Garner that he said he didn't know what to expect today carrying the load without the lightning half of Thunder and Lightning.
Well, he talked about him last night as we talked to Ricky Waters, and you can tell there's a great friendship that has been established there, and he said, I want to come out, have a great game, and if I score a touchdown, it will be for Charlie Garner today.
Garner did not make the trip. Movement on the line, and penalty flags are thrown. The referee today is Jerry Austin.
5 yards. It's still first down.
Antone Davis, the Eagles' right tackle.
You mentioned Antone Davis there. A lot of shuffling has happened in that offensive line from the beginning of the season. Antone Davis has been moved to the right tackle. Of course, they lost Panos at the right guard. They signed Harry Boatswain, who's had some experience with the 49ers. He was earlier this year. He was with the Panthers. Guy McIntyre has come over, a former player with Ray Rhodes in San Francisco, and they've done a super job up front.
Here's Waters. Nowhere to go. Met by Antonio Edwards. Edwards in his 3rd season out of Valdosta State. Loss of 3 yards on the play.
That's one of the things coming into this football game, really, with both teams. You have Ricky Waters here grabbing the handoff from Rodney Peete, Chris Warren on the other side. Both teams were animate about stopping the run, and right there, Antonio Edwards makes a nice job. He gets that penetration, and you have to do that, especially with what the teams are doing now with the quick drops and the short drops and the quick passes. You have to get that penetration.
2nd down and 17. Peete, 7-step drop over the middle. As the receiver, it's Calvin Williams up to the original line of scrimmage. And tackle number 100 for Terry Wooden, Seahawks leading tackler. This is 4th consecutive 100-tackle season.
That play right there, I think, is a prime example of what this Eagle offense expects Rodney Peete to do. They want him to throw those high-percentage passes, the quick passes, and not put this team in jeopardy of making mistakes and losing ball games.
Rodney Peete has completed his first 3 pass attempts. 3rd down and 10. Peete overthrows the intended receiver, Calvin Williams. Carlton Gray on the coverage, and the Eagles will be forced to punt.
That was an excellent pickup by Ricky Waters there. In fact, as we talked to Ricky Waters last night, he felt one of the things that the Seahawks defense was going to do is blitz him a lot. And right there was a blitz. Ricky Waters just sat right in there, picked him up, but the pass was incomplete.
Tom Hutton punts it away to the AFC Special Teams Player of the Month. Joey Galloway, who does not get the opportunity for his first return, calls for the fair catch. 37-yard punt by Hutton. Seahawks to the offense when we return. Back in Seattle, Kenny Albert, Anthony Munoz. Early first quarter, Rick Meyer and the Seahawks start out from their own 11-yard line. In last week's loss to the New York Jets, Seattle gained less than 200 yards of offense. On first down, Chris Warren takes the handoff. AFC's leading rusher, 3rd in the NFL behind Emmitt Smith and Barry Sanders. Rick Meyer third year out of Notre Dame, 19 interceptions, quoted as saying, "I'm making mistakes that I've never made before." The offensive line intact. These 5 have started all 12 games. Warren with the fullback Tracy Johnson, Galloway, Blades, and the tight end Carlester Crumpler. Second down and 7. Warren once again bottled up. Kurt Govea and Bill Romanowski leading the charge defensively for the Eagles. Their defense ranked 3rd in the NFL, number 2 against the pass. Daniel Stubbs, Ronnie Dixon, Andy Harmon with 10.5 sacks. And William Thomas, Kurt Govea, Bill Romanowski, the linebackers, the rookie Taylor along with McMillan at the corners, Jackson and Zordich. And Red Hall has checked in at defensive end, his first action of the year. Third down and 7. Meyer to the air for the first time, and he has the first down to the tight end, Carlester Crumpler.
Talked in the opening about one of the keys for the Seattle offense, and that's Rick Meyer. We talked about Chris Warren, Joey Galloway, but the quarterback is the guy who cannot make those mistakes. You talked about the interceptions, the mistakes he's been making right here. Nice protection by his offensive line, a nice quick drop and a quick throw, and that's what Meyer does best because of his quick release.
First down from the 24. Meyer goes right side. Broken up by the left corner, Mark McMillan. Right now, let's head to Hollywood for this McDonald's game break with James Brown.
All right, Kenny. Green Bay stayed on top of the NFC Central behind the hottest quarterback in the league, Brett Favre, who tossed 3 touchdown passes. That one to Edgar Bennett. They improved to 9-4 en route to the victory over Cincinnati. Let's take it back to Kenny and Anthony.
Those Packers love to jump into the stands following touchdowns. First Robert Brooks and now Edgar Bennett.
Hopefully they come back out of the stands once they jump in there.
Anthony, another big victory for the Green Bay Packers as Warren takes the pitch back, has the first down up to the 38-yard line. Greg Jackson finally made the stop after the 14-yard gain.
They know in order to be successful, they have to give the ball to Chris Warren. Right here, they have James Atkin, the big left tackle, pulling. They give him the pitch, and there's some nice open area over on that left side. This guy's just amazing. A lot of people don't know a whole lot about him, but right here you see his 4th consecutive 1,000-yard rushing year.
Out of Division III Ferrum College, Joey Galloway, his first reception today. And his 47th of the season. Joey Galloway, one of the contenders for the AFC Rookie of the Year honors. He's done it out of the backfield. He's done it receiving-wise. He's done it on returns.
Well, right here, the Eagles are doing exactly what Joey Galloway told us the other day, is that they give you a cushion. He felt we had to go with the quick outs because of that cushion. Right there for the first time, they completed to Joey Galloway.
8th overall selection in the first round of last year's draft. Second down and 2. Chris Warren with the fullback Tracy Johnson leading the way, and he was met immediately by the longtime Washington Redskin Kurt Govea.
He's been around for a while, and some of the talk about Kurt Govea was he's more of an undersized linebacker. Can he withstand the stamina, the endurance of going through a whole ball game as the season goes on? But they have some good young linebackers where they can rotate them in there, and they've been doing a super job.
Ray Rhodes calls Kurt Govea the quarterback of his defense. Third down and 3 for Seattle on their own 45. Blades in motion. Meyer looking for Galloway. Last week a number of overthrown passes, and once again Meyer leads Galloway too far ahead.
Last time he was on this sideline going against Mark McMillan. That time he's going against rookie Bobby Taylor on the left side. Nice protection there at the end. He takes a little hit, but he has enough room to follow through, but he does throw the football high. As you see the separation between Galloway and Taylor, ball just thrown really high.
First punt of the game for Rick Tootin, and it's a good one. Rob Carpenter lets it go, and the Seahawks able to down it on the 1. Ronnie Harris, number 81, gets downfield. And the Eagles will have 99 yards to march when we return to the Kingdome. 54.